Is Project Hail Mary worth your money? Let's find out. For a movie this big, it's surprisingly simple. It's not trying to be the next Interstellar, it's not a cold, hyper-intellectual sci-fi epic, and it's not an adrenaline-pumping action like Gravity either. Instead, Project Hail Mary is more of an old-school adventure movie. It starts as a one-man survival story in space, but quickly turns into a charming buddy adventure between Ryan and an alien, and it actually works. Now, this movie lives or dies on whether you like Ryan Gosling. It's pretty much a one-man show, so if you're not a fan, steer clear. But honestly, he absolutely nails this role, which is good, because this film would be a train wreck if he didn't. He's funny, likable, warm, and charismatic enough to keep you engaged through everything. And because the film leans so heavily on him, it makes it even more impressive that the supporting characters still leave such a strong impression. They're introduced and performed in such a way that makes them instantly memorable. You know, like those classic one-scene introductions movies used to do so well. I'd even say this film is a comedy adventure. It has a lot of humor, but luckily it feels natural, and it doesn't undercut emotional moments with a forced joke every 5 seconds like all the recent Marvel movies do. When this movie wants something to land, it lets it land. But what surprised me the most? I barely felt the runtime. It's over 2.5 hours, and I thought it might be an excruciating experience, but because the script, the visuals, and the performances are so good, the time flew by. That said, it's not perfect, and this is where it stumbles a bit. The first part of the film repeats the same information and jokes a little too often. It's not a deal breaker, but they probably could have shaved off some time. It also leaves a lot of questions unanswered, and has some logical leaps, so if you're a person who pays attention to the details, that might annoy you. And for a film where the scale and stakes are so big, it plays things really safe. The story is simple and straightforward, and really just focuses on the relationship between Ryan and the alien. So if you're hoping for an edgier sci-fi, darker drama, or something more challenging, this probably won't work for you. But honestly, I think that simplicity is why it works. Because this movie understands something that modern Hollywood films seem to have totally forgotten. That people go to the movies for an escape. Not a lecture, not a culture war stance, not 2.5 hours of artistic ego, just a good story, well told, with characters you like spending time with. This is a film for all the people that just want a satisfying escape at the movies. Adults will probably get the most out of it, but it also has a childish adventure spirit to it, which makes sense, I guess, since it's directed by the same guys who did the Lego movie. In fact, it really feels like an adult version of Flight of the Navigator, if anyone watching even remembers that. Oh, and a quick warning, have a backup plan for any standard 70mm screenings. Mine had a really annoying flickering, and I had to change to a Dolby screening instead. So, is Project Hail Mary worth your money? Absolutely. It's funny, heartfelt, consistently entertaining, and anchored by a fantastic Ryan Gosling performance. It may not be the deepest sci-fi film you've ever seen, but it's exactly the kind of fun escapism Hollywood should be making more of. Unless you need your sci-fi darker, harder, and with a lot less hugs. If you like honest reviews that respect your money, hit that like button, subscribe. Oh, and YouTube thinks you might like this video on screen, so why not give it a watch?